The question we often get asked is, should you follow what others are doing? Should you follow the herd? In this episode, Jim and I deep dive into when that makes sense and when it doesn't, and the power of using discernment to ultimately decide this impacts the choices you're making in your life. I think this is a really powerful episode. In the comments below, let us know the times where you followed the herd and it was a good move, and when you didn't and it was the right move as well. We want to hear from you. We really believe that some of you have done things out of the box and it's been helpful, while others in following the process like we talk about. So please leave comments and stay tuned. This is going to be an episode that you're going to really enjoy.
How you can be the greatest salesperson on the planet.
Welcome to the Rethink Sales Show. My name is Derek Kelly. I am joined by Jim Shorkey.
High five.
Jim, a lot of salespeople follow the herd. And when they follow the herd, they often try to chase trends. They try to copy like certain things they see on the internet. What are your thoughts on following the herd?
I think it's a good thing if the herd's a good herd. I think it's a good thing. There is this herd mentality called the law of gravity. I would pay attention to that herd mentality. Nothing to mess with. If you're 40 stories up and you step off, you die. It's not real complicated. So there is some aspects of the herd that are really, really, really good. Think about the Bible. It's a really old book. That's the herd. There's a herd around the Bible. Would you agree or disagree?
Yeah. Yep.
It's a book.
Yep.
Let's talk about the book.
There's a group of people committed to following what's in that book.
Right.
Yep.
And should we listen to them?
Yeah.
Or should we say, oh, it's a herd, let's ignore them? No, of course
Right.
not. Thou shalt not kill. That's a really good idea. That's the herd. So there's some aspects of the herd that are really good. So I think you just have to be discerning and careful, because a thing that has me very concerned is the AI. I'm concerned. You know, Luke and I talked about this earlier with the idea of using it or losing it. And if we start to depend too heavily on AI to do our critical
To think
thinking
for us.
are we going to lose brain mass? You say, well, no, that could never happen. Biologically, it can. Luke, if I take your arm and wrap it around your body, it's locked in like this, and he leaves it there for 1 year. Luke, what happens to the arm? You probably won't be able to use it ever again. It'll degrade that bad. It may not be a year. And I could be wrong, but the brutality of getting it back to being able to use it would be morbid. So, you know, I'm concerned about AI, herd mentality. I'm concerned about social media, herd mentality. People are literally dying over social media because they compare themselves to these nonsense pictures of somebody else, and they're not even real. And then you have AI making up pictures. You can actually watch. I watched this last night on social media. I watched Andy Reid punch Travis Kelce in the face on the sidelines and knock him out because he didn't like the play. I watched it. Do you think it happened? It's all AI. If you watch it, you'll say, God, man, you really cracked him, man. This guy goes down. It's really Andy Reid, but it's AI. Wow. And so now are we going to start watching stuff, say, Drew, what happened the other day? Andy, he punches his guy. And that's what happens.
Right. And deep fake stuff is concerning because then
It's
somebody could
very,
say,
very
hey, I'm
concerning
Jim
to me.
Shorkey, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They get you to buy this car.
They can take my image right now and start posting nonsense. It's very concerning. So I think there's a dark side to social media, and I think there's an upside to it. And I think that's where the herd comes into play. It's like, not today. We still have free will, hopefully. Maybe sometimes it comes across like we don't, not because of any governmental thing, but the social media is a really massive presence, and it's messing people up. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, I don't fall prey to it. I recognize it very quickly. I don't think Andy Reid punched Travis Kelce in the face. I don't think he did. I hope that didn't happen. I know it didn't happen. First of all, Travis Kelce would have torn his head off after the punch, but there's a danger there.
Yeah.
And I think one of the dangers is like, how old are your children?
My children, Josiah is about to be 9, so we got 8, 6, and
So he's in the problematical year range where he's 9.
Yep.
He's on social media. I think it's even more problematic for the females because they're comparing images
Yeah.
to their image.
Right.
And they already don't have the self-confidence. We talked about that earlier.
Yes.
That they're waning in self-confidence. Would you agree? And now they're comparing themselves to this beauty queen. And it's all not even true. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
Is that going on?
Absolutely.
Am I talking out of school here?
I don't think you're being hyperbolic. No.
Do I sound like an old fart that's just, oh, you remember the good old days? I mean, seriously, I think it's a problem. Caution both ways. Follow the herd, yes. Follow the herd, no. You have to be discerning. You have to do your research. You have to seek expert counsel. What do you think, Derek? Is this really the way it is? No. Well, who told you that? Well, I read it online. Well, the online's wrong. That's not true. Here's what is true.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not kill. That's a bad idea. The 10 Commandments. Do you think they're valid? Don't kill. Okay. Seems easy enough, right? But there's some lines that are being crossed in that regard, aren't there?
Yeah.
That are very disturbing. When you start getting beat up about how it's okay to kill for this reason, it's not okay. There's good advice with the herd and there's bad advice with the herd. You've got to do your homework. You've got to be alert. You've got to pay attention. You've got to be smart. Let's talk about it. Let's have that conversation. I have book club tonight, and we're going to talk about this kind of stuff and challenge each other. So when you say to me, should I follow the herd? My answer is yes. When you ask me again.
Should you follow the herd?
No, you shouldn't. Ask me again.
Should you follow the herd?
Yes, provided the information is well-researched. Like, people will say to me, you know how much I hate suppositions.
Yes.
I hate that. I hate that.
Yes.
Supposition is, this is the way it is today.
Right.
And my question when he says that to me, Luke, you know that how?
Right.
Prove it to me. Can I get a link to that where you read that? Somebody said to me, good friend of mine, I'm going to leave him off the table, but he said to me, people don't care. What are you talking about? I said, people don't care. I said, do I care? He said, yeah, you care. I said, do you care? Yeah, I care. Does your wife care? Yeah, my wife does care. Does my wife care? Yeah, she cares a lot. I said, then who do you know who can give me one person, Luke, that doesn't care? And he's looking up in his, it wasn't Luke, by the way. He looks up in his head looking for the answer. And you know what he said to me? You remember? You know the story.
Dang you, Jim.
He says, damn you, Jim. You got me. I said, no kidding. It's not true. People do care. Well, tell me how they are. These kids today are great. These kids are great. Do we have problematic kids? Yes, we do. You ever heard of a little thing called Brown versus the Board of Education? It was about education and how it was unfair. They had segregated education. It wasn't fair. Brown versus the Board of Education. Look it up. The good old days, not so much. Rosa Parks, not so much. The black community was mistreated. It sucks. Not so much. The good old days. Nah. These are the good old days. And stop the nonsense. If you're going to tell me something about today, send me the proof. If you're going to talk to me about something yesterday, send me the proof. And if you're going to talk to me about something in the future, I need one of two things. I need the proof, Luke, or I need your crystal ball. Because I want to be able to look into it and say, oh, I see what you're saying, Luke. This is what's going to happen. And okay, you got a crystal ball. Good for you. Remember, I forget who said this, but I think he was quoting somebody else. It's a great quote. He said, nobody knows enough to be a pessimist. Chomp on that one for a while. Nobody knows enough to be a pessimist. And I don't think, he said it, but he did quote a lot of different people.
Yeah.
I love Wayne Dyer. I listened to Wayne Dyer. Was very helpful to me in some very dark days for me. Nobody knows enough to be a pessimist. I think that kind of answers your question, doesn't it, in a very succinct way.
Yeah.
When you ask me, do I follow the herd?
Yeah.
Well, if I say no, then I'm a pessimist.
Right.
And if I say yes, I'm an optimist. I think we need to be discerning and just to really look and think and ask questions and critical thinking, which is why I'm disturbed about AI and chat GPT or whatever the hell that's called. I'm concerned. You know, I'll write my own term paper.
Because I think it speaks to just when it's appropriate to follow what other folks are doing and when it's appropriate to carve your own path, right?
When your herd tells me to stop drinking coffee, it's time for me to find a new herd. Because I love my coffee. Just joking.
Thank you, Jim.
Pleasure.
Thank you, guys.